The woman in rags. 6 years ago I lived in an apartment with my girlfriend. I was lying in bed with her, and awoke around 3 a.m. The bedroom door was open, and through the doorway you could see into the kitchen. Above the sink in the kitchen was a rectangular hole that made a bit of an indoor window to see the front door, as the kitchen itself was enclosed. When I awoke, I looked around, took a sip of water, placed it back on the nightstand. My eyes fell on my girlfriend, who was fast asleep and probably the most precious-looking sleeper in the entire world. I smiled. I was happy. I then heard an abrupt creak from the living room. I swiveled my head to look out the bedroom door from my bed. Through that little rectangular window above the sink, I saw a dark figure standing before the front door. Arms limply swayed beside its still body, which stood as rigid as a statue. With a shudder of disbelief, I blinked. In that split second, this person, this thing was now looking through the window, above the sink, but I still couldn't make out any of its features. I thought I was just seeing things. My heart began to pound. Blink. It was in the kitchen now, standing there, its whole body facing me. I could now make out wisps of hair dangling from her head. Blink. Her hand was now clutching the door frame, and only her head peeked around the side. She gazed at me, almost into me, like a starving prisoner catching sight of a plate of food, her head cocked before her body as if there was something in me she wanted, something she desperately needed, something she would take. I started breathing fast, my hands clutching the sheets to grab for my girlfriend. Blink. It stood before the bed, head cocked, her horned form standing slightly crooked, with tattered garments hanging from her shoulders. Blink. A skeletal visage loomed above my face. Pitted eyes gazed into mine above an ear-lipless mouth contorted in a perpetually sad, but mocking grin. Yellow teeth parted, and a strained but inexorable bellow of anger and grief filled my ears, as I stared, wide-eyed, into the depthless, terrible maw. The sound built into a deafening roar. I squeezed my teary eyes shut. I screamed as loud as I could, and I opened my eyes, to see my girlfriend waking up to my screams. The woman in rags was gone.